Next, the Bulwell brother of 29-year-old Dean Robson, who suddenly died from an unexpected and shocked STEMI heart attack, is trying to appeal to others to make sure that they don't ignore any signs of heart conditions. Dean, originally from Broxtowe, had moved to Bournemouth with his fiancée and 3-year-old son. On the 1st of December, he was rushed to hospital and induced into a coma. Very sadly, Dean died just 5 days later. He'd been suffering from chest pains and had them for some time, but didn't get them checked out. Now, Dean's younger brother Sean is campaigning in his brother's honour to try and save lives and prevent others going through what his family had to go through. Well, Sean Robson joins me on the sofa now. Sean, it's an absolute pleasure to have you here, albeit under such incredibly sad circumstances. We're going to talk about the campaign, we're going to talk about heart conditions, but the only place to start is tell me about your brother. He sounds like such a character.
Yeah, he was just one of them people that you could always talk to. He was understanding, he had the laughs of the family, someone that you can turn to for anything that you pretty much wanted to. He would never judge, he would always try and make you laugh. And then when we lost him, it just sort of changed, like everything went downhill. It was like the complete missing part of us. The family's still shaking to this day. They're still like wondering why. Well, why didn't he go get checked over? And
so from Broxtowe originally, you moved down to Bournemouth, but I get the impression that it was a very, very sort of close-knit family, so I'm guessing you still saw him quite a lot.
Well, if we didn't see him face to face because it's hard to get down there, we would always have like video calls or phone calls, or he would always message us asking if we're okay, basically make a conversation with us. It was quite hard, like I say, to get down there, but we tried our best to, and they tried their best to get up to us as well. He had it planned to come up to see us a couple of days before Christmas, and then this happened.
And you're obviously sort of keeping him close to your heart, not just metaphorically, but literally. He's on your jumper that we can see right there, which says R.I.P. Bro, Forever 29. Now, Forever 29, that's the hashtag of the campaign that you're launching. Tell us a little bit about that campaign.
The reason why I started this campaign of Forever 29 is because he was 29 years old, and he's forever going to be 29 now. So I thought it makes sense to make something like Forever 29 in honour of him, and just to resemble for us really, to let him know that in our hearts he will always be 29, and that's the reason why I came up with it.
And what would you like the campaign to achieve? I guess it's all about encouraging people to get the early or the possible early signs of a heart condition checked out.
Yeah, basically if you're getting like shoulder pain, or you don't get no feel in your arm, mainly the left side, or if you're getting chest pains, don't hesitate. Just go to the hospital or ring up your GP as soon as possible and get that seen to, because like I say, I don't want anybody going through what I'm going through or my family's going through, and I don't want them to wait till it's too late.
And when Dean sort of first knew that something wasn't quite right, he didn't go and get it checked out. What sort of symptoms did he have?
He's always struggled with like chest pains, and he's always gone to, like, told us about them, but he's never gone to like the GP or hospital about it. And even though we told him to, and it's like, I sort of like said to him myself, like it's like myself that suffers with chest pains. I used to be the person that never used to like read the signs or used to listen to what anybody would tell me. But it's like now this has been my wake-up call, so I'm doing it myself, because I'm not going to wait till it's too late. And obviously with Dean himself, he's always struggled with them. But because he was a hard-working man, he always used to put his son first. It's like he put himself last, and that's not the way I want it to be. I just want him to understand, and I want everyone else to understand that if it is going to be too late, that you're going to be in this situation, it's not right.
And this particular condition, this STEMI condition as they call it, are you able to speak a little about how that's different to what we might consider as like a routine or a regular heart attack?
Yeah, a STEMI heart attack is basically, it's like in your chest you've got like a tube, and it means that it's 100% blocked and there's no blood flow that's going to your heart. So basically that's what causes a STEMI heart attack, and it's like 99% of the time there's no survival rate from it. And the STEMI is actually a really, really bad, severe heart attack. And in my circumstances with Dean, it's like we didn't know it was a STEMI until the hospital told us what it was. And I was doing my research myself, I've also looked into it, and then I realised how serious it really was, because we kept getting told he was going to be okay, and then when we got told it was STEMI, I knew that he was not going to be okay.
Yeah, that it is really that kind of acute situation.
Yeah, it's very, very serious, and it's like you can get a stem put in your throat, I think, or in your chest area, and that stem is basically something to prevent that. But Dean actually had one of those, but that still didn't actually help him. So this is why I say go to the hospital and get it checked over before it gets to that point.
Now you've mentioned his son, who incredibly sadly has been left behind at age just 3.
Yeah, 3-year-old.
How is he? How's he reacted? How's he taken things? Does he even begin to understand just yet?
Well, I think he's understanding slightly about what's happened and how it's happened, but it's like he's turned really violent now, basically with his mum and basically his little cousins, which is his mum's niece and nephews. And it's like he does cry asking for his dad. He sleeps with his pillow under his pillow with a picture. So it's like we had to explain to him about whereabouts his daddy's gone, but I don't think he's 100% there with it yet. But I think he's starting to realise.
There would never ever be a good time for any of this to have happened, but so close to Christmas must be particularly challenging.
Yeah, it really is. It's like everyone keeps asking me, are you ready for Christmas? I'm like, this is not going to be the same this year, because this was Dean's favourite time of year as well. And he was like getting really excited about Christmas. He used to always go on about it, saying this is what he's getting, he can't wait for it, like a big kid. But then that all got taken away from him.
And I guess the reason behind the campaign, the reason you're here talking to me now, is it's all about that contrast of how awfully this situation has played out, and perhaps how easily it could have been solved if some help had been sought much earlier in the process.
Yeah, definitely. It's like if he followed up with the appointments, or if he went to the hospital when he first started getting them, rather than leaving it till now, I believe he still would be here today.
Yeah. So if you had a message for those people who are watching at home, what would that be?
The simple line I would say is don't hesitate, get help straight away and don't waste any time.
Yeah. It's a great message. It's a great message. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. It's an absolute pleasure to have had you here in the studio. We wish you all the very, very best with the campaign, and we hope that it changes things for at least one family so that they don't have to go through the Christmas that you are about to face. Thank you very, very much.